Hey you! You're watching a clip from the DynamiteGizmo podcast. This is not the full episode, but if you want to see the full episode, make sure to click the link in the description. And remember, like, comment, subscribe. Do it now! Here's the clip. Anyway, I want to talk about Ian Garry and Belal. And I also want to talk about Sean Brady and Michael Morales. We didn't see this coming, now did we? We abso-fucking-lutely didn't see this shit coming. But Ian Garry was on the Ariel Helwani show yesterday, I believe it was. And he told Ariel that both Sean Brady and himself agreed to fight each other. They agreed to fight each other. Do you understand? But the UFC was like, I have other fucking plans, dude. Oh, I got a burp, but it's not coming. They were actually supposed to be headlining this card that's happening this weekend. According to both Ian and Sean Brady. That's what they said. All right. Now, whether that's true or not, I don't know. I'm not fucking Nathaniel White. I don't know what's going on. But the UFC had other plans, my friend. They're pushing Brady out of title contention. Now, Sean Brady was on Ariel's show today. Ian was on yesterday. Sean Brady was on today. And I didn't watch the full episode of Sean Brady on today. I saw a little tidbit of it. I didn't get to watch it all. But Sean has it in his head that he thinks that the UFC doesn't predetermine title contention fights before they happen. And I think that's his way of just justifying the fact that they're trying to push him out of title contention. They're putting him up against Michael Morales, dude. They're putting him up against Michael Morales. Who is ranked number what? What rank is Michael Morales? Now, I know the rankings don't really mean a whole lot. But where are we at here? Welterweight? Okay, Sean Brady's number 2. Michael Morales is number 8. This is a risk for the Morales. Okay, but he has no choice because the UFC came to him and they said, we've already got shit lined up for everybody else. If you want to fight before the year ends, you're going to have to take what we give you. And we're giving you Michael Morales. And Sean's argument is, well, fighters fight, and I'm not going to wait. And it's either I fight Michael Morales now or I fight him later because you know he's going to rise up in the ranks. And that's a pretty decent mindset to go into this with. Because it's like we all know Michael Morales is good. He's fantastic. He's 18-0. And it's not just that he's 18-0. He dominates when he fights. He's a punch boy. He likes to knock motherfuckers out. So it's like, do you want to fight Michael Morales now? When he's, still just like an up-and-coming guy in the ranks? Or would you rather wait till he's like a top contender and then fight him? Get him out of the way now. I guess so. But still, I still think they're pushing Sean Brady at a title contention. And they're escalating Ian Garry. They're like, let's put Ian Garry against Belal. Belal's in the number 1 spot. Ian Garry's going to cream Belal. And then that for sure will be the title contention fight. Now, what happens if Belal wins, though? That's the thing. If Ian Garry wins, absolutely Ian Garry's fighting for the title. If Belal wins, not happening. If Belal wins, not happening. Okay? What they'll do is, let's say, for the sake of the argument, okay, playing the devil's advocate, let's say Belal wins. All right? Then they'll use the Brady-Morales fight as the title contender fight. Okay? And we still have, who else do we have? Oh, yeah, Carlos Prates and Leon Edwards. So there's still that as well. Okay? Especially if Morales wins and Belal Muhammad wins, Morales is getting a title shot. I guess it depends on what happens with Carlos and Leon, but wouldn't it be crazy if Carlos Prates was the first of the 4 fighting nerds, the 4 main fighting nerds, to get a shot at the title? That would be so out of left field. I wouldn't have seen that coming. But I love it. I love the Protches. But yeah, here's a little clump of Sean Brady on his own podcast explaining what he thinks is going on.
Once I beat him, I'm undeniable for the title shot after that.
Brother, why did you take this fight?
I took this fight because fighters fight, and there's literally no other options. From what the UFC told me, this is it. This is the only guy I could fight, or else I wasn't fighting until next year. And I've been trying to fight, and no matter what, we're going to have to fight all these guys regardless. Michael Morales is a great fighter. He's 18-0. He's going to be around for a long time. He's young. So I'm going to have to, whether I fight him now or I fight him later, I'm going to have to get to him eventually. So fuck it. I'll get him out of the way now. Coming off beating Leon, and then I go and I take this risk of fighting this young up-and-comer. Once I beat him, I'm undeniable for the title shot after that. And that's what I'm just going to prove to do. I'm just going to become undeniable until they have to give me the title shot. Once I beat him.
I don't think beating Michael Morales justifies you saying you're undeniable. He's a number 9. Yeah, he's 18-0, but he's ranked number 9. Michael Morales hasn't even proven himself. So how are you saying Michael Morales is on his way to proving himself? Michael Morales is fucking awesome. I love Michael Morales. But you saying me beating Michael Morales is proving that I'm undeniable? No, dude. That's why they're putting you in this position, so that you can't be deemed undeniable. It's Ian Garry they want. Ian Garry's, and rightfully so. Ian Garry knows how to sell a fight. He knows how to fight. He knows how to attract an audience. Okay? People want to watch Ian Garry. They don't want to watch Sean Brady. So of course they're pushing him. That's why they gave him Belal Muhammad. All right? And Ian is going off on Ariel Helwani, saying this will not go to decision. Not in a million years, he says. He put out a video where his camera guy was asking him if it goes to decision. He was very disappointed in what his cameraman asked him. Even Ariel Helwani asked him about going to decision. He was still disappointed about that question. That is nothing new with Ian Garry. Every time Ian Garry has a fight, he always says, it's not going to decision. It's not going to decision. It's not going to decision. I'm going to knock this boy out. And he never does. Because why don't we take a look at Ian Garry's record, okay? Since he joined the UFC, let's see. All right. So he had his debut, knockout. Then it was decision, decision, knockout, knockout, decision, 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 loss, decision. Okay? He mostly wins by decision, and more specifically, his last 4 fights in a row that he's had, aside from his loss to Shavkat Rakhmonov, were all decisions. Since 2023, he's only won by decision. And in his overall record in the UFC, he's only had 3 knockouts. Okay? Now, outside the UFC, and in his amateur bouts, he's had a fair chunk of them, especially in Cage Warriors. But the UFC is different. All right? So, Ian, I love you, but you can't go out there and just run your mouth like this saying it's not going to go to decision in a million years and get pissed off at your friends and coworkers when they ask you why you don't think it's going to go to decision, as if they should just assume you're going to knock him out. All right? And again, this is nothing new for Ian Garry. He says this every time. He's like, I'm going to knock him out. Knock him out. Knock him out. But we'll see. If he does, I'll be very stoked, obviously. Nobody wants Belal to win. Nobody. I'm sorry. Belal, you're great. You're a great man. You're a great fighter, but nobody wants you to win, my friend. I'm sorry. You're not exciting. You're not exciting to watch fight. You're not a draw to the UFC. There's nothing about you that is appealing in this sport. You are not what the UFC is after. That's why they're feeding you Ian Garry. They want you out. They want Ian in. All right? And again, even if Belal does win, because he could win, all right? Not only because I think he's good, but that's just how fighting works. Anything can happen. But Belal's coming on the mic, and he's saying to Ian, oh, I had a voice crack. He's saying to Ian, you can't call for a title fight if you're afraid to make the fight 5 rounds. So what he's referring to here is Ian is saying that by him beating Belal, that puts him in the number 1 contender spot because he beat the number 1 contender, and rightfully so. But Belal's saying you can't make that claim if you're not willing to fight me, i.e. Belal, for 5 rounds. Because apparently it was offered to them to be 5 rounds, and Ian denied it and wanted to go 3 rounds. That's from Belal's mouth. That's not like fact or proven by any means. That's just what the Belal is saying. Okay? And when it comes to Michael Morales and Sean Brady, I really do think, I really do think, as crazy as it may sound, I really do think Michael Morales is going to take Sean Brady. I think not only is he going to take Sean Brady, but he's going to make Sean Brady look not as good as he thinks he is. He's going to get starched. He's going to get starched. He's going to get knocked the fuck out. And then that's it. The Sean Brady train's over. No more Sean Brady train. And I like Sean Brady. But again, another wrestler guy. All right, look what he did to Leon Edwards. He dominated him, but how did he do it? He set a new record for the longest time. What was it? The longest time to hold a person down in 1 round or some shit. It was like 4 minutes and 58 seconds. So that's great, but nobody wants to watch that. Nobody wants to watch that, unfortunately. So we get Morales in there, starch Sean Brady. We get Ian Garry in there, starch Belal. Okay? Now we can eventually have Ian Garry versus Michael Morales. Now, the current welterweight champion, JDM, is going up against Islam. So we still have to figure out what's going on there. And either way, I don't know if Ian Garry can handle either of them. And we still don't. I'm really anticipating that title fight, because we don't know how Islam's going to do at welterweight, but we also don't know how JDM is going to do against Islam. All right, there's so many unanswered questions for that title fight, because we got Islam, who has been deemed one of the greatest forever. But he's been inactive for a while, trying to bulk up to get to welterweight, and now it's finally happening. And but then we got JDM, who's undeniable. Beat Belal, got the title. But can he take out Islam? And if he can, what's going to happen to Islam? Is Ian Garry going to beat JDM? I don't think so. But we'll see. I think it's going to be fucking crazy If JDM beats Islam, it's going to blow my mind. Not because I don't think he can, because I do think he can. But oh my lord, wow.
Tap here to watch the full episode of the Dynamite Gizmo podcast.